Hi, if this is our first time connecting, welcome to my channel. My name is Melanie McGrice and I'm a pre and postnatal dietitian. I help couples give their babies the best start possible with the power of good food. So make sure that you subscribe by clicking on the subscription button and connect with me on my social media. You'll find all of the details in the description box below this video. Now, you may have heard or read that you should avoid particular fruits while pregnant. But is there any truth behind these claims? Well, let's have a look at the evidence. First of all, papaya. There was a study published in the British Journal of Nutrition which investigated the claims that papaya should be avoided during pregnancy. The results found that normal consumption of ripe papaya during pregnancy does not pose any significant danger. However, unripe or even semi-ripe papaya contains a high concentration of latex, which produces marked uterine contractions and so should be avoided during pregnancy. Ripe papaya is rich in folic acid, vitamin C, antioxidants and fibre, so is indeed a great choice of nutrition during pregnancy. Secondly, jackfruit. Now, this incredible fruit has been found to have anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial and anti-carcinogenic effects. So, as well as being nutritious, is often used for its medicinal qualities. But jackfruit perishes quickly once picked, so it's essential that only healthy, undamaged jackfruit are eaten, especially during pregnancy when your immunity is low. Number 3, banana. Myths abound in some countries that bananas should be avoided during pregnancy, as it could make the baby large, causing a difficult labour. Theoretically, if a mother has untreated gestational diabetes, this condition can result in having a large baby, especially if large quantities of banana are consumed. However, bananas themselves won't impact gestational diabetes any more than any other carbohydrate-containing food. So instead of restricting bananas, which are a nutritious food source of fibre, potassium and vitamin B6 amongst others, I'd recommend managing gestational diabetes in a healthy way. Check out my Nourish videos on gestational diabetes for additional tips. Number 4, coconut. Animal studies have found that coconut oil can increase the risk of having a low birth weight in offspring. It's important to note though that these studies have used coconut oil and not coconut flesh though. Studies have also suggested that a high intake of coconut oil can increase the risk of high levels of body fat in offspring. So based on current evidence, I'd recommend avoiding large amounts of coconut oil during pregnancy. However, coconut flesh is generally safe. Number 5, mango. An interesting study noted an unusual trend of infants turning orange during mango seasons in Africa. The researchers attributed this phenomenon to the high intakes of vitamin A by pregnant mothers and infants during this season. Mango is a nutritious fruit rich in vitamin C, potassium and fibre, found to be particularly beneficial for improving the symptoms of constipation and safe to eat during pregnancy. But I'd recommend limiting intake to a maximum of 2 mangoes per day so as not to overconsume vitamin A levels. Next, cantaloupe. Cantaloupe, also known as rock melon, has been associated with outbreaks of listeria when commercially cut and stored. This is caused by listeria growing in the bumpy rind of the fruit, then being transferred into the flesh when it's cut, and then growing as it sits in a room temperature environment. Cantaloupe does not need to be avoided during pregnancy either, but it is recommended that you don't purchase it pre-cut. Instead, wash the rind and cut it when you're ready to eat it. Then discard the rest or just give it to somebody else who is not pregnant and therefore not at high risk of listeria toxicity. Now, to summarise, there are no fruits that you need to avoid during pregnancy. As well as being a great source of nutrients for you and your baby, research consistently shows that eating adequate fruit during pregnancy decreases the risk of miscarriage. It is believed that fruit lowers a hormone called androstenedione, which has been linked to higher rates of miscarriage. However, it is important to make sure that you keep the following 4 guidelines in mind when eating fruits while pregnant. Number 1, ensure that the fruit is ripe. If it's not ripe, it could cause you stomach pains. Number 2, discard any damaged or perishing fruit, as it may be impacted by bacteria. And during pregnancy, we need to be more cautious than usual. So, if in doubt, throw it out. Number 3, store fruits well so that they're not at an increased risk of listeria toxicity. It's also recommended that you wash them in clean running water before eating and avoid pre-cutting. And number 4, eat fruit in moderation as part of a healthy diet. Instead of binging on one type of fruit day after day, a healthy intake of fruit during pregnancy is around 1 to 3 serves per day. Now feel free to ask any questions in the comments box below, and if you haven't done so already, make sure that you download my free pregnancy meal plan from melaniemcgrice.com/pregnancy so that you can gain a good understanding of how much fruit to include as part of your healthy pregnancy diet. And make sure that you check out some of my other pregnancy videos on topics such as how to reduce the risk of miscarriage. I'll look forward to seeing you in my next video. I should have practiced this one. I'm going to need to practice it again.